Alright guys, welcome back to another cast. We have Brundim versus Lenca. We have another unicorn player in the cup. Unicorn versus Crane, and I am super excited. I'm gonna let the players know ahead we're ready. And let us get some more cup games done. Alright, so looks like Crane player won the die roll. So Unicorn buys Outrider first with 2. Really aggressive. Outrider is a good 2-drop, but it's really aggressive to buy against Crane, who usually plays 1 or 2 assassinations. I'll grab the deck list in a second. Let's see. So we have Brundim is playing Crane, Splashing Dragon, pretty standard stuff. He is on 2 assassination. We see Lenca going quickly to set the pace on the honor. He bids 1. We see Brundim bidding 3. This could signify a Spyglass by Lenca. Spyglass on Outrider is very strong. Yep, and there's the Spyglass. This is so risky though. If Brundim has an assassination, this could be very hard to come back from. And then let's see what Lenca's splash is. So we have Lenca's playing. He's playing Unicorn Splashing Crab for pure dishonor. He's got 3 Watch Commanders and 2 Skirmishers as his splash cards. He's playing 2 Spies at Court, 3-way of the Unicorn. Okay, and so this is very aggressive for just going for hard dishonor. He's got some yurts, which will probably be used for extra fate then. So we see Wayfinder. Wayfinder reveals fertile fields. One thing about Unicorn is because of all their movement shenanigans, the Challenger is not as strong as she normally would be. She still can make them use their actions, but the Unicorn player can get their characters out of there if needed. So, looks like we're going to see a poke attack here with this Wayfinder. I'm assuming it's going to be military, and then depending on how Crane defends, the Unicorn can start moving. Let's quickly look at provinces here. So, Crane is running both Fertile Fields and Manicure Garden, entrenched position under the Stronghold, Shameful, and Meditations. Pretty standard province layout here. Crane has one Noble Sack, 2 Assassination, 2 Censure. So, Favor is going to be really important for Crane here. 2 Censures, and he has a Yoshi face up. Unicorn is playing Before the Throne, entrenched position, most likely under the Stronghold, Night Rage, Shameful, and Elemental Fury as their water province. So, Unicorn initiates a political conflict and then moves Outrider in. I think it would have just been better if they just started the conflict with the Outrider. Then their Wayfinder wouldn't have gotten bowed by the Crane Stronghold. But I mean, classic use box. The Crane player did remember, so gotta give them props for that. And there's the assassination, so Wow, Lenca played a talisman to try and break. That is such a big investment. Lenca saying why I wasn't unable to watch Commander. That is weird. Yeah, maybe he accidentally clicked on the wrong attachment? Looks like Lenca made a mistake here. That's just so aggressive to go in on that two cost character. So we see Brash Samurai going in, hits Elemental Fury, contesting the airing, so Lenca can move this if he wants. Yep, moves it to Void. That's strong. Lenca passes. We're going to see Brash honor itself. Does Brundim have another political buff to break? It does not. Not going to resolve the Void Ring as there's only one target. We're going to see a Military Water here, maybe. Military Water back at the field, probably Fire. I could see Fire, Water, or Earth are all reasonable. Could go Air also, and force the block, kind of. But if Brundim has a Miyamoto's Fury, that could be bad. Yep, looks like we're gonna see military air here. And so there hasn't been a political or a military conflict declared yet, so this Moto Youth is gonna get the bonus and be up to 3 strength. But there's the Miyamoto's Fury, not surprised. And this is why hard dishonor strategy is very hard, because all Brundim has to do here, I mean, if I was Brundim, I would go Earthring here, but he's just gonna take the airing to be safe. It's reasonable. I just would hammer home the cards, because you're gonna get an honor from this Brash Samurai leaving, so you're gonna go up to 7, and then you're gonna go up 7 to 3. If you spend a card to break, like yeah, there's a Fine Katana, so you're not even really spending a full card. So I would be up 6 to 2 in cards. Absolutely go Earthring here. Air's fine though. Gonna take 2 honor. Go up to 8. Samurai's gonna go take you back to 9. And then if you want, you can safely bid 3, 4 if you want. He's gonna get favor with Yoshi too, so Yoshi can just use his ability to draw cards. Look, Nix, I don't want to be a naysayer here. I think the Unicorn player might be able to come back. We'll see. I don't like his chances, but I have faith. I mean, Motojiro can do some pretty sick stuff. So we're gonna see Crane player by Yoshi here, almost assuredly. Look, Nix, Brundim could mess up. The Crane player could mess up, right? Like, the Crane player could just not activate his abilities. He could, like, Fury his own guys. I'm not putting stuff past him. No, he's not running Endless Plains, Nix. He has Elemental Fury as his water province. Nope, Dream is not real. Endless Plains is not being run. Okay, Dream is dead. Well, if this game is short, Nix and Toreadori are both in the chat here. Are you guys ready to go after this? So we see Watch Commander on Motojuro. This is a pretty strong play. The main issue here is that if Crane has a let go here, I really, really don't like Lenca's chances here with just 2 cards in hand. So Motojuro going in, going to attack, contesting Void to protect himself from Void, reasonable. Kind of sucks to attack Fertile Fields because you have to give them another card when you're trying to dishonor. So Challenger defends. So he can just pull out with Motojuro if he wants. And then just let the Crane player win this conflict. Lenca passes. Is he going to wait for the Crane player to win the conflict? So we see another Katana. Now you just leave. Yeah. So Watch Commander loses the honor, and then you just leave if you're with Motojuro. Oh, we saw Bonsai, but then we see a Sentry coming out here. But another honor lost from Watch Commander. So this Watch Commander is doing work, and a Motojuro leaves. Okay, so that's a pretty big win for Unicorn here. Got some cards and some honor out of this. Bows out the Challenger, and now we'll see. While that was good for Unicorn, we're about to see Yoshi discarding the favor here for 3 more cards, and we're going to see 10-1 on cards. That is real hard. Shameful Display would be sick here. Yeah, Yoshi. If Yoshi resolves water, I could see that being game. If he hits Shameful though, Nix hits Shameful here. That's the chance. That's what we need. We need Lenca to get Shameful. Alright, so let's see here. Gonna have 33% chance to hit Shameful, and that is what Lenca needs more than anything. What else could be useful? Before the throne, maybe?
That card advantage is looking brutal.
Yeah,
He does have the Watch Command. I'm just gonna stick in a bunch of conflicts though.
well, so the main issue was so Lenca bought Shinra Outrider with 2 Fate and then put 2 attachments on it and then got assassinated.
Yeah, it's a classic blunder.
Yeah, I mean
maybe he's going for this. Maybe he's going for this honor-oriented gameplay. So he's figuring.
It's interesting that Brundim passes conflict opportunity instead of just attacking water with Yoshi.
Yep.
You could just, I guess he was just scared of Shameful. Like that's what we were talking about in chat. Was like if he hits Shameful, it could be really bad.
How crazy is it? We have Elemental Fury here in those plans.
So we see a first Shame chooses to bow Motojuro, but Watch Commander makes him lose another honor.
Imagine.
Moves Motojuro home though.
Imagine if he had endless planes, just blown up that Doji Challenger.
Yeah, that would have been sick, right? Like, I mean, that's one of the reasons to play Unicorn, right?
In my opinion, yeah. There are a lot of people that are like, oh, your opponent will play around it even if they know it's not, even if it's not in your deck, and that's true normally, but for open deck list, that really does not apply.
So,
okay.
We see Court Games honoring Yoshi after he discarded the favor, so we have an honored Yoshi in play now, a Challenger that's going to be first player with double sword on it, and now we see a Steward of Law moving in. He should make sure to do a political conflict so that Motojuro can't move in with the Stronghold.
Motojuro can still move in with his ability, can't he?
He's already done it twice, right? It's only twice per turn? Yeah. So he attacked once, the Challenger blocked, and then he moved out.
Why did he move here? That's so strange.
Yeah, when he got bowed, he shouldn't have moved.
Yeah, he could have just stuck in the conflict. I don't know what he was
well,
thinking.
Crane does military though.
Okay, so that's a mistake. And then Night Raid.
So now first action should be to Stronghold move Motojuro into the conflict, and then
No doubt.
any cards the Crane player wants to play to break this province are gonna cost him honor.
I didn't catch the deck list. I'm gonna take a look at what this unicorn player is using because these are very unusual cards.
It's Unicorn. He's got Spies at Court. It's like a straight up full dishonor. 3 Watch Commanders, 2 Skirmishers is the splash. He's got 2 Spies at Court.
Wow, interesting deck. I don't know if it will pay off. He also has Windswept Yurt, which seems strange given the
I
amount
think you
of
just use
honor.
it for fate in this scenario, but
Yeah.
normally what I've seen is that unicorns just use it to not get dishonored after they just bid aggressively.
Yep. So that air ring is gonna put Brundim out of the danger zone, and he still has a +5 card advantage and Kakita Yoshi on the field. That's
With
not
favor
what
again.
Lenca wants to see.
With favor again, and now Motojuro doesn't have any fate on him, so we can see the water ring here ballot up.
Giver of Gifts is pretty nice, though. He may be able to keep that Watch Commander around.
Giver of Gifts is nice, and Border Rider is also sick. Border Rider is, in my estimation, one of like the top 3 2-drops in this whole game.
Yeah, especially if you're making it unsafe for your opponent to play Assassination.
Like, Border Rider is so sick. Like him, Swordsmith, and like Brash Samurai, I think are like the 3 best 2s.
But
Neat and Adapt is also situationally insane.
I'm actually pretty fond of the Agasha Swordsmith.
Yeah, I said Swordsmith, Brash Samurai, and Border Rider. I
Oh,
think
my bad,
are
I
top
didn't-
3.
I think Gifted Tactician's up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Look, he's strong. I don't know if he's on that level. He needs other cards to be good, right? Like the other 3 cards are just all good on their own. I guess Brash
Yeah,
Samurai technically has
I
to
just-
literally be alone.
I just think Gifted Tactician fits so well into the overall Lion plan.
That's fair.
Let's see here.
So we see a bit of 1 from Brundim. Lenca bids 4 now, so Lenca's just abandoning this dishonor strategy for now.
That's probably wise. I don't think he's gonna be able to land it.
He needs cards. So
Here we see kind of what I consider the disadvantage of going for dishonor prior to establishing an advantage, which is now he is really trying to come back from behind.
So we see
His opponent now actually has more honor and more cards and a better board, so it's not looking great for Lenca.
the other issue is that if you're playing dishonor strategy, you have to aggressively deny the air ring, and he just was unable to do it twice.
Yeah.
Like that's just 4 honor that it's just so hard to make that up.
Yeah, this situation looks a lot different without those air rings.
So
Okay,
we
we
see
see the
political
Night Raid.
solo Yoshi on the Earth Ring. You just don't
Lenca
defend
does
this,
not
right?
defend. Yoshi uses his ability anyway just for the card draw.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the break.
The break.
Discards, court games.
This is not looking good for Lenca. Is Lenca the only unicorn? Is there another unicorn?
Yeah, there's Joe's playing. There's actually a couple unicorns. Joe's playing Quindo, and I think Ida Lenath is playing Oryx Wild. So there's 3 unicorns.
Quindo, Lenca, and
Lenath.
Interesting. And were they playing unicorn in the groups as well?
Well, they had to be,
Or
right?
swap?
Like, because when you make the cup, you play as the same.
Oh, I thought you could just swap your deck list in the cup if you wanted to.
Swap clans? I know you can't swap clans.
I mean, I'm looking at this now. Let's take a quick peek.
Yeah, the 3 unicorns in here are all wildcard players. All went 3 and 4 in groups.
Yeah. Okay. That's not a great record for unicorn, and that might explain. Man, unicorn needs. I think players who are typically on other clans have swapped onto unicorn for season 4.
There are a lot
I
of strong
know that-
players who have decided to play unicorn in season 4, so we'll see.
Panarim is on unicorn. UQ is on unicorn.
Kratos is on unicorn.
Soto's on unicorn.
we have
CK is on unicorn.
Demagogue's on unicorn.
Humblest Monk is on unicorn. Sir Largeness is on unicorn.
Yeah,
we got
He's
we
in
got
that
a
group
lot
too.
of people. A lot of people have swapped onto unicorn for going into season 4.
Well, this is gonna quickly dispel the myth that Unicorn doesn't have any good players, and that's the reason they're bad. So
Yeah, this will really put the theory to the test that unicorn just getting picked up by the strongest players.
So we see military coming in with Motojuro and Border Rider contesting the Void Ring, probably to get the keeper. How many keepers does he have? He has all 3 keepers. Did Crane discard a face down card? Chooses to discard the face down card. Alright, I'm gonna get on my soapbox here, and against keeper clans, I think it's just strictly a negative to discard face down cards.
Yeah, I think there's maybe an exception in a situation. There are weird situations where it's an exception, but generally against keepers, you should not discard face down cards. I agree.
Yeah, agreed.
The main exception is if you know someone has Mia Satoshi and has been milling aggressively.
Yeah, sure. So if your opponent's Mia Satoshi and you, also late in the game when you can just take a look at your opponent's dynasty and kind of literally see what's left.
But the kind of flip side of that is that if someone's playing a Mia Satoshi deck and therefore running a bunch of these things, it's more likely that they have recursion things to take advantage of that, which kind of makes it more risky to do unless they've already put themselves down to a very low number of cards.
So we
deck,
see policy debate taking the Talisman of the Sun away from Lenca here. We're gonna see Border Rider ready here. If I'm Brundim here, I do military water with my Brash Samurai, or you can go with Cautious Scout and then use Brash Samurai to defend. Actually, you probably go Cautious Scout for sure. You just military water with Cautious Scout. Reveal a province, it's blanked, and then you grab that 2 fate. What do you think?
Seems like a reasonable plan. Cautious Scout,
Yep,
we've
hits
discussed
shameful.
this before. Cautious Scout's very strong now.
Hits shameful, so that's not going to be activated. If I'm Lenca here, I'm definitely defending. I'm just not sure with what. Maybe I defend with the Motojuro, and then I can use Giver of Gifts to move the Watch Commander. Yeah, it looks like that's what he's gonna do. Yeah, if I'm Brundim here, I don't play a single card, I just let this go.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that you can sort of just be like, yeah, that's fine.
Nix in chat says 3 unicorns and 4 dragons in the cup. Unicorn confirmed, 75% as good as dragon. I mean, you can't disagree with that math, just saying.
Are there really only 3? Got it. Yeah.
Yes, 3 unicorns and 4 total dragons. So
4 dragons seems really low, but as we were discussing earlier, there's maybe some question as to what exactly is going on there.
Well, so I know for a fact that we would have had a 5th, but Kratos was in Cork, and so he deferred his spot.
Interesting point.
Ace Case also looks like he was in the wild card, but looks like he also didn't make the cup for reasons.
I'll just say, quite frankly, I have no idea what's going on with the wild card, dude.
I think it's just a flawed system because I think people just don't take it seriously enough, and at this point it just feels like you're always gonna get in. Yeah, Ozil Gozel also didn't show up for the wild card, so he was a dragon that would have made it in. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's three dragons that would have made it in via wildcard that didn't for whatever reason. So we would have had 7 then, which is, I mean, still kind of low, but also more reasonable. So yeah. We see Bonsai on the Cautious Scout while the Watch Commander's in there, so he's down to 5 honor again. We see
he's really been very bold with that honor. We'll have to see. You know, there is some chance, especially with that Giver of Gift, that he could be facing serious honor pressure.
Alright, so Lenca uses his Stronghold to move Border Rider into the conflict. We're going to see Giver of Gifts probably move this Watch Commander to itself. Yep. And so we're going to see a political heir, if I had to guess. Oh,
Border
but then we
Rider.
see a let go.
Oh,
That's
let go on the Watch Commander. That's a
interesting.
smart play from Brundim. That let go is putting a lot of threat against him
I mean,
or that Watch Commander.
it's a smart play, but like if he has this let go, why doesn't he just do this prior to conflicts?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like
Maybe
he could just do a pre-conflict, so it doesn't cost you an honor. So like he lost himself probably like 2 or 3 extra honor that he didn't need to.
it's possible that he didn't realize that Giver of Gifts would do that, but read the card.
That's
'Cause
fair. I
why
mean,
else would you
look,
go with it?
one advantage of playing Unicorn is not everyone knows what your cards do.
That's a good point. Okay, so in this situation, yeah, I think like you said, an air ring might be strong here.
Like it's air or fire, right? Like
ring,
so you do whatever one you want to not do next turn. So like you do air here, so you can go fire next turn.
would be dead. But I think you do air, so then that next turn you do your fire conflict and gain a fate. That seems like a good play to me. Oh, looks like he is going for the fire.
Okay, so then he's just gonna go. I'm assuming. Well, he might go void next turn then. So that's another reason you want to go air, I think.
We see Brash Samurai self-honoring. Lenca just passes. He's going to take the win but not break. Nope. Ornate Fan comes out.
Yeah, this is where that card advantage comes through.
Yeah.
It's just very hard to win conflicts, especially like 1v1 conflicts where like your opponent knows. Oh, also Brundim knows his hand too. He saw it via policy debate.
Those Kitayoshi draws are really keeping Brundim alive despite this choke.
And now we see this very awkward windswept Earth, which
The yurt here is great. The yurt here is just Crane has so much fate that it doesn't matter. So
yeah, that's fair.
Give both people two fate and it's not going to impact you.
The other issue here is going to be a double Hotaru ring.
Yeah. If he can get a double air ring, I don't know. There's a lot of double rings that are kind of crushing here. I really do think that Brundim's in the driver's seat in this situation, despite his low honor, because he's not low enough to be really threatened.
Yeah, agreed. He just bids 1. He uses Yoshi to draw 3. I'm very surprised that he bid.
Now,
Or he played Hotaru with no fate. I would have played her probably with 1 fate and then discarded the dupe.
he may be trying to bait a void ring.
So Brundim flips the Imperial Palace with Nourishma.
Both sides have an Imperial Palace on field now, since that was also the yurt flip from Lenca.
Unfortunately for Lenca, it is on a broken province.
Well, in a way that's better because it can't be counterplayed, but in any case, Kakita Yoshi's leaving the board, so it's not... I think he's a little late on that one. Though there are still some censures that we could see coming out from Crane, I believe.
So Crane has 1 left. They've already played 1.
Yeah, still okay. So just 2. Not
They have not played a single Voice of Honor either, and it is very, very much on right now.
Yeah, man. Looking at this board, I have to say that as the Unicorn player, I'm not happy with the situation.
Yeah, I think if he hadn't gone so all in on his first turn and just bid 5 and waited for a bet, if he just had like bid low on his first turn and had like characters with fate just hang around a little bit and then play Motojuro with like 3 and then suit that guy up, that would have been way better. Like Spyglass, Talisman, all on Motojuro.
Playing a lot of stuff into an assassination is never really what you want to see, in my view.
Yeah, like if my opponent has 1, maybe I take a gamble because I'm, it's like my clan's not that strong. I need to take an aggressive line here, and then if I get punished, I get punished. Right? They have the 1 of, whereas they have 2. 2 is pretty reasonable to see 1. You know what I mean? Like that's tough.
Okay, interestingly, he's going for Military Void. He's probably afraid of that potential double Void coming out from Hotaru.
He is only sending 1 guy though.
Well, so the border rider could be reinforced by Utaku Yumino via the stronghold.
Oh, is she a cavalry?
Yeah.
Oh, she is. Yep.
So he does have that slight option.
She's the discard a card for +2/+2.
We are seeing the hand sizes get a bit closer, but I suspect that we're going to see yet another Kakita Yoshi trigger and get Brundim back into a serious card advantage.
Let's see what Lenca's other province is. Oh, it's before the throne.
Lenca is already bemoaning the situation. He says, "I played so poorly this game."
So if I'm Brundim here, I can do political. I could go political air, and just double resolve the air ring versus before the throne and be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I think that's quite reasonable. Seal of the Unicorn being played for its stat. It's strange that Seal of the Unicorn is even in the deck.
People are. I've seen unicorns play seal and favorite mount to give the cavalry trait. It's mostly for Ide Trader.
Yeah, Ida Trader's not in his deck though.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
I think Ide Trader, Motojuro, and Border Rider are like the 3 reasons to play unicorn. Ide Trader is insane. I had not fully read the card, and I didn't realize it was just like basically an unlimited amount of times you could trigger it. If you could trigger it you could trigger it 4 times a turn.
Yeah, though you need to have a lot of move effects. But however, that is one thing that the Unicorn Clan has in spades. Some people might even say too many move effects.
Yeah, like favored mount, like the stronghold, favorable grounds. Like you can do some really sweet stuff. And if your opponent moves a character to the conflict, it triggers also. So Brundim wins, and now we see Border Rider ready. So Brundim is down to 3 cards. Gonna be up to 6 when this Yoshi triggers. If I'm Brundim, I either take the dishonor hit from before the throne and I do double earth, or I could even see double fire. But I think I want to do double earth or double air more than anything. Like you just send Hotaru. You could just send Hotaru, right? None of the unicorn characters right now, other than Giver of Gifts, are safe from the stronghold. Sending both of his big characters kind of risky because you open yourself to a counterattack. If I'm Brundim here, I just send Hotaru. You could send Nourishma to protect from court. Oh, so he's gonna do his mill attack first? Okay.
Is Eternal Mage Bayushi Nomen, aka Byron Crane?
I'm not sure.
I keep forgetting what his name is.
Yeah, I know Noman hangs out in this chat, and I just don't remember what his name is.
Oh, yeah, he is. Nice.
Okay, Eternal Mage is Noman. Okay, cool.
Noman, dude, we got a crazy group for season 4, man.
Yeah,
you
isn't
and
he in
me
your
and
group?
Daidoji Micah are all in the same group. So that's like 3 of the top 5 players.
That's pretty sick.
It's gonna be intense.
It's gonna be one of you is gonna be a wildcard player, which is pretty insane.
How does the wild card even work, man? I still don't understand it.
So basically, the way they had set it up was the 3rd and the 4th players get put into a bracket, and you basically play the wild card plays like a quick single alien bracket for like 2 rounds, and the people who win their first 2 rounds like make it through. Is ideally how it's supposed to go if everybody shows up.
Oh yeah, but then they just haven't had it.
They just haven't had enough people for it, and so they're just gonna rethink how the wild card is done.
Okay. Well, okay, so we're seeing.
So Lenca wins military conflict. So Lenca basically just defends against the cautious scout. We're gonna see Lenca attacking political here, political earth. So now so we see defense here from Yoshi, which is perfectly correct. Discards favor. Now we can just see political conflict with Hotaru and Nourishma, and you just double resolve fire.
Yeah, I think that's accurate, and that's going to put Brundim in an amazing position. I mean,
he's already in an amazing position, but
yeah,
it'll put him into a better position.
It's wild, dude. This game has not been going Lenca's way. He's barely holding on, even to.
Yeah, and I think you break before the throne if I'm the Crane player here.
Oh, see the free test of skill from Hideyoshi.
That's pretty sick.
Policy debate, admit defeat, and assassination. So
interestingly, he does not policy debate there.
Yeah,
I think I policy debate there 100% just to see what my opponent's working with.
He may be reasoning that the opponent only has 2 cards, so he'll save it for next turn. Regardless of what the 2 cards are, I can't imagine he's actually going to be able to stop this attack.
So I attack with the Nourishma also if I'm the Crane player here to protect against court games.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's going to that. Oh, he's going to that before the throne.
Yeah, I would definitely break before the throne here. Because you're gonna get 2 honor from your 2 characters leaving, so you're pretty safe actually.
Yeah, good point. I honestly think the main use of I think that some people think of Crane as like an honorable clan based on the backstory or whatever. I don't know too much about that. I mean, I've read some of the backstory stuff
The main
from
use
the
for the
old
honor
game
in
and
Crane
some
Clan
from the
is
new
like
game.
it basically fuels their draw. Like they can draw a lot of cards because they have a lot of ways of replenishing their honor.
Yeah, I see the honoring your character. I see Crane having effects that are more of a safety valve to prevent you from dying when you're drawing really heavily, and less in terms of actually going for the honor victory.
So there's a captive audience, and we see a voice of honor. Not surprised.
Yeah,
Uh,
Voice of Honor, we knew that was likely to be lurking. He might have more than one copy, to be
do
honest.
you so you honor Hotaru for sure, right?
Ooh, now we see the policy debate coming out to discard. Wow, the Unicorn player's last card was Spies at Court.
Yeah,
That is
see,
not
right.
what
So
you want.
if he just policy debated, he could have discarded the captive audience and then saw Spies of Court and realized the Unicorn player will never ever cash that in, basically.
Yep. So now,
Now you use
Unicorn
box.
doesn't have
We got to use box
ways.
here.
He's already breaking, isn't he? Oh no, he's not.
No,
'Cause
he's
before
not.
the
He discarded the favor.
yeah, use box. So he can use his stronghold to get a break, and he probably should. He plays an ornate fan.
No,
instead.
he could just have used box.
Uh,
Man, these Crane players in their boxes. I swear. Discards the face down card again. I guess it's fine now because all the keepers are dead. So
this is not looking good.
we're gonna honor Hotaru for sure. The other question is, do you dishonor Yumino or do you honor your guest of honor?
I'd probably dishonor Yumino. Ooh, he dishonors Border Rider. I don't know that I like that.
Yeah, I agree. I would definitely dishonor Yumino. She randomly has 3 glory.
So the Border Rider will be in 2 conflicts probably, but Yumino has 3 glory, which is basically a downside in this environment.
Well, the thing is, the Yumino with -3 then is yeah, Nix, you missed a use box. 100% missed your own meme.
I personally think Yumino is not actually a good card.
I agree. I think if she didn't have, I think if she was like 1 glory, she might have been slightly better. Because then you
I
could...
would have preferred to see her with 0 glory.
Sure. But like, you can't go from 3 to 0. Like we're taking small steps here.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if she's dishonored, the problem is that if she uses her ability, it only gives her to a 1/1 instead.
On the other hand, he could just stand there for the favor with her. So that's not
We
horrible.
see Asami here. Another reason why it's very hard to dishonor a Crane.
Moto Euro on the field.
I don't think it's gonna be matter. We have Crane player going first with an honored Hotaru. We're just gonna see a political attack with a guest of honor and an honored Hotaru. Like,
Yeah, we're probably gonna see a break here off the first conflict. I think.
there's actually nothing that the Unicorn player can have. His stronghold is in entrenched position also, so it's not even like he has the buff of ancestral ground or an ancestral
Yeah,
lands.
well, you only need strength 5. I think it's gonna be very hard for Lenca to.
Yeah, we
save
have
the
we
day
have
here.
we have box from
Now we do see a 5-1 bid, which is gonna mean Lenca does have some fuel, but the question is just
why do
what
you
can
bid
he
1 there if
have?
you're Brundim? I absolutely
I
bid
don't-
5 there. I'm gonna win on my first attack.
Maybe he thinks that his opponent will bid 1 and kill him.
He would have
Like,
been down to 1. That's fair.
Down to 1.
Maybe
So
I bid
whatever, I would
3.
bid like 4.
Maybe you bid 3 there. No, you could bid 3, and that gives you a little safety valve against a watch commander.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, we see a spyglass coming out on Moto Euro.
Well,
How would
Lenca's
you see
or
it?
Brundim only has 3 cards right now, so we'll see. So,
He does so political strength 19. This is going to be very difficult for Lenca to defend.
there's also a guest of honor, so you can't even play captive audience here.
One nice little trick in this situation is that you can use Moto Euro's ability to move him out, and then use it. Why is he not defending with his Meishoto wielder?
It's gonna get bowed by the Crane box.
Yeah, I think Yumino will too, right?
No, you
I
can
guess
use her ability first.
He'll use her ability first.
Or play
Okay,
watch commander.
Oh, Talisman of the Sun.
Oh, Talisman. Sorry.
That's something that's going to save him. So he can pull this conflict onto the Shameful Display to honor Moto Euro, and then move him out.
Yeah, you honor Moto Euro, dishonor Asami probably because she's gonna stay around.
Okay, now we're on Shameful Display. So we will see the Crane player. We will see the Crane player's attack faltering. Hotaru retreats. Interestingly, this might mean that the Unicorn player actually wins this conflict. Let's see what happens.
So I shameful honor Moto Euro, dishonor Asami, and then I think I leave. I want to win a void conflict. Conflict.
He could also honor his Yumino, which makes her have crazy stats for the future.
Sure.
He
She
could honor
becomes a
Yumino.
6/6.
He could honor Yamino and then go in for water with Moto Euro on his next click.
I think he would do void.
Okay, so Moto Euro does retreat.
So we're gonna see.
So, ooh, he says WTF.
Wait,
Might
wait.
have been some kind of misclick. The opponent is offering the rewind. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think moving Moto Euro out is correct in this situation anyway. He says, "Nah, I'm pretty sure I'll lose this game."
I don't know. I think he has a chance.
Well, here's the problem. He's now in the disadvantaged position with respect to the honor situation.
He is, but he also is going to be able to win this conflict.
If he lives through this turn, he has a much better board. But the honor
Well,
situation
if he gets a void, if he fires off a void ring also.
Brundim is generously offering to fix the situation. Lenca says, "No, it's okay." So this is an Earth conflict. I guess you do discard a card here. Yeah, he discards an assassination, which he can't even play. That's a good one.
Yep.
Are we going to see the Azuhina Artisan come out to put Crane back in control?
Oh no, we see it
no,
court
but we
games.
see it court games. Okay, that's pretty good. That's probably even better.
And then we'll probably see Artisan to break.
We see Uichi Wayfinder.
Use box? We're gonna use box? I guess then he can move his he can use Meishodo wielder back in then.
Yeah, move my Shadow Wielder in with favorable ground. That's a good idea.
So there's the box. Box has been used. Now,
Okay, yeah. So now favorable. I think now favorable ground. Oh, he just passes though.
interesting. Okay, so
I
now
didn't know
you
that,
favorable
like
ground
that.
to protect the break.
Or you could use Moto Euro's ability to move him. Back in.
Oh, he decides he's gonna give it up. So he moves Yumino home.
Oh, but now he's on one honor.
No.
That Wayfinder's still there.
Yeah, the Wayfinder's
so
in
the
there.
Wayfinder was actually sick. He loses Cav reserves. That's fine. You can't play it anyway. And it will
So
very
you can
likely be
do
countered.
mill water if you wanted to threaten to bow the Hotaru.
Yeah, mill water, and then one way or another, his Haru will end up
He's gonna draw another card from his spyglass. He's gonna get the fate, and then if he has a Cav reserves, another Cav reserves, he can go hard. Cav reserves double border rider.
He's still at 0 breaks. I mean,
Well, he could break two. He could realistically break two this turn.
his Talisman of the Sun doesn't do anything anymore because all of his provinces
No,
are
it gives
broken except for his stronghold.
+1/+1. Come on.
Oh yeah, my mistake.
Yuck.
The funny part is 1 for +1/+1 is not that bad. Like it's bad, but it's not atrocious.
Specifically in the Crane matchup, +1/+1 is actually pretty good because it saves a lot of characters from Crane box. Why is he attacking a new province? If he hits Shameful Display, I think he just loses the game. I would attack Manicure Garden.
He knows where Shameful is with his Witchy Wayfinder.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Yeah, it was revealed.
So the other province is Meditations? Why are you
Okay.
willfully going into Meditations?
Yeah, I would absolutely go into Manicured Garden.
Yeah, my opponent
only.
has 9 fate.
Yeah. Now,
So you leave here for sure.
what is happening? Okay, so we see a big defense. Moto Euro maybe just runs away.
Contesting. Why does he contest Void here? See, this is the problem. Now he has to use his Stronghold to move Yumino in for this.
Yeah, I don't know that I understand this situation.
So you contest water first to force the block. Then you leave with a Moto Euro. Then you can do Void on your second conflict.
So that now I will say, oh, it's a bonsai to go up to even and then
And
he
go
can
down to
use his
1
Stronghold.
honor. My boy. He can just do air. He can do air in his next attack.
Yeah, man, he's really playing on the razor's edge. He's now lost the card advantage that he had previously, despite that spyglass. He's on 1 honor and he's 4 breaks to 0. But if he wins,
Move
this,
Yumino in. He should definitely move Yumino in.
yeah, move Yumino in for the break.
I guess he can't break twice, regardless.
Yeah.
So voids
Okay,
off the Guest of Honor. I would have avoided a
3 Keeper
Asami.
Initiates coming in.
They're here, and they're pissed.
That Imperial Palace is likely going to be insufficient to actually take the favor with 3 Keeper Initiates for +6.
The real question is, yeah. So he could have just moved in Yumino and broken because these Keeper Initiates 2 Keepers and Meishodo Wielder would break another one.
That's a good point.
Like he could just leave one keeper back, and then Mayshoto Wielder plus 2 keepers break Manicure Garden.
Yeah, I think that would have been a better play, actually.
Right, then he gets 2 breaks, and then he actually is in a really good spot. His board is sick now, right?
Maybe his plan is that he'll hold back his keeper initiates to take the Imperial Favor. Problem also is that I think you kind of want to go after that Doji Hataru and try to break it, given that the Crane player is going to have 16 Fate next turn.
Yeah, I definitely go after Hotaru. I think I attack air. Yep. Why is he only attacking one character? Please no.
No, he's keeping them back. He's keeping them back.
Well,
to
no, but
prevent-
see
he's
now
gonna go after the palace.
okay. So he's gonna go after the shameful. Okay.
Yeah, so he's keeping them back for 2 reasons.
Well, you can't
One is
activate
that
shameful.
if crazy stuff happens, he'll still take the Imperial Favor, and then the other one is now shameful can't be
Well,
played
the problem
unless
after
it's
going
activated.
here is that Steward of Law or a conflict character can come in here and ruin your day. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, there's Steward of Law, and that's going to be -3 for Taiko Yumino.
This is like, see, these are like really, really greedy plays, like
Yeah.
that you just don't need to make, right? Like these
Why
are.
does Moto Euro move in? Is that a misclick?
Did he think he could draw another card? He's already drawn 2 off Spyglass.
Maybe he's trying to bait his opponent into using Shameful on Moto Euro by mistake. If so, Brundim is not falling for that bait.
Yeah. So we're not gonna see a break now.
Is this a political conflict? Oh, you know what? Maybe he has a court games to honor Yamino, and Euro means that if another court games comes out, he can put it there instead.
Sure, yeah, that's fair. Let's see how many court games have been played by the Crane player. 1, 2. So the Crane would have to have the 3rd court games.
Yeah, so court games on Yamino. That must have been what he was thinking.
But he's not breaking right now. Is the problem?
Oh yeah, with that Imperial Palace, that's not even enough. Wow. Because there's a political favor in play. Oh, could he discard a card? He could discard a card.
Oh,
He
yep.
discards his last card, Haruma Skirmisher, to get the break. But if Crane has another political buff, this is going to be...
Crane only has 2 cards, so let's see. Ornate Fan, unlucky.
just brutal.
Hashtag unlucky.
I think he's made some mistakes this game.
Look, Kingsley. If you just say unlucky, things will be better, right? Like I just got unlucky in my match. That's it.
There's a time and a place for being like, yeah, the draws were not even. I was casting a game earlier today where there was a Lion player who was not drawing the Lion Dynasty high roll at all.
Yeah, I know. I think their dragon opponent was very fortunate.
But at the same time, I think that you should usually focus on the aspects of the game that weren't luck based.
Yeah. So we see. So Crane can just buy out their board over and over again with the amount of fate that they have.
Oh man, this is so
The
brutal.
Taco Infantry is sick. That card is also really sick. Like that thing is a stat monster.
The Windswept Yurt will pull Lenca out of the honor pit.
Yeah, right. Like you definitely just go for honor here at this point. Warrior Poet is another odd card. Randomly has 2 glory, kind of weak stats, but its ability is quite good.
Warrior Poet is slightly below the bar. I really wish it had a 3 on either of its stats. Like if it were a 3-1 on military or something, it would be better, I think.
Yeah, I agree. So Brundim bids 5, Lenca bids 1. See,
the ability is very strong with Cav reserves, though.
That's true.
Okay, man, these bids have been really strange all game.
So is he gonna yurt for honor here, or is he gonna?
Why didn't he?
He passed first,
so he could pass.
Yeah.
But then he bid low. I would have bid high, man. I would have bid 5 and then used my.
Well, you would have died if your opponent bid 1, right? Like.
Oh, would he have immediately died?
Yeah, he was at 3. He was at 3. So I bid 3 then, right? Like you bid 3
yeah,
very
bid 3 and then use your. That's a good play. But see, bidding 1 now, he doesn't really want to use the yurt for honor because his opponent,
we see Brundim here use Wave the Crane, but not target his savvy politician.
That's just a mistake. Okay, so now what are you gonna do here? Maybe Moto Euro goes in for the 2 fate on the water ring, which is also a reasonable ring to go for. I do think though the political conflict is gonna come in here, and it's gonna. You had that Talisman of the Sun to keep himself.
Yeah, that
alive.
was the turn. That was the turn, man.
but I don't know that he's going to be able to keep himself alive again. We do see Moto Euro going into meditations, which won't do anything, so at least he's not getting hit by province effect here, but I don't know.
Nolan says, when did this turn into a lion game in comparison to how large the unicorn board is right now? You know what could be sick? If Crane doesn't have a cancel, which is unlikely seeing as they have gone through 34 of their cards, is a captive audience. So we see a break here. Water Ring's gonna bow Asami probably. Could bow Steward of Law. Yeah, bow Steward of Law to protect himself against for shame. We're gonna see the defense here. Like, this is gonna be it. Oh no. Not a rival. Okay, so now Yumina's not gonna get to participate. This is where favored mount over Seal of the Unicorn is a really big deal. Like, normally Covert is actually not that strong against Unicorn, comparatively to other clans, and because they just have so many movement effects. 17, and good old Unicorn Stronghold does not have any strength. Don't know why.
Do you put your Moto Youth in here just to give +1 stat with the Otaku Infantry?
Yes. Because I still have Yumino for an attack.
Yeah, I still have Yumino for the next attack, and he won't have anything. I think the Moto Youth goes in.
Yeah, he should absolutely put Moto Youth in. But he does not.
Moto Euro.
So that's another stat. So he could technically be at 12 right now. Let's see if this will... I really wonder if this one stat will matter.
If he loses due to that one stat, I'm going to be so sad. Asami steals an honor, sure, whatever.
So, because...
On the other hand, Brundim did forget the savvy politician situation. That's
another stat. Yeah, if
converting Yamino is pretty huge here.
If Noman's saying if Unicorn can honor one more of his guys, he can then turn off Voice of Honor.
Uichi Wayfinder takes the field,
adding +2.
But we still haven't seen the old box.
Yeah, so Crane Box can box the Warrior Poet. So Warrior Poet reduces 4.
That's pretty strong, actually.
So Crane Box is gonna make it 16 to 11, which is exactly breaking.
Oh man!
Please no, not like this.
Court Games comes out honoring the savvy politician and Asami. I don't think Unicorn's going to be able to hold off this. So he needs to play a fan on his Warrior Poet.
Is he playing fans?
He should.
He's playing 2.
Oh, he goes for Court Games, probably for the Warrior Poet, but it gets canceled with Voice of Honor.
Not surprised. Last card Captive Audience?
Oh yeah, dude! Last card Captive Audience would be so hype right now.
How sick would that be if you Captive Audience and the Crane doesn't have a cancel, and you just bury him into the dirt with this Captive Audience?
What a moment that would be if he's actually used up the Crane player's cancels.
Well, Crane has one censure and one voice left.
Pass. Game over. His last card was Cav Reserves.
So would it have mattered if he put the other guy in there? No, it was still
he would have been off by 1.
That is
that political rival coverting Yumino was really the fatal blow for Lenca, because with Yumino still in the conflict, that would have been an additional 6 points of strength, which would have actually meant he would outright win. And furthermore, he could have discarded the Cav Reserves to go up by another 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, in fact, actually, Yumino would have been 7 points of strength.
3
with the Otaku infantry.
5, 6. Oh yeah, 7 with the infantry, and then 9 with her discard.
Yeah, so that would have been enough to hold the wall.
She was swole.
Yeah, but
you know what? Unicorn showed some cool things. Like Unicorn definitely has some powerful things they can do It was just
You know, we were talking about Yamino's honor being a disadvantage, or glory being a disadvantage. In this situation, it worked well. The thing is that you got to watch out for, like, oh, it's Scorpion, you know?
yeah, right.
Scorpion's pretty
Like the
present
card
in
is just
meta
like
right now,
actively
I hear.
unplayable against Scorpion.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's. I think in like some weird meta where everyone's getting honored, Yamino is great. But given that we're in a different weird meta where everyone's getting dishonored, it's maybe not so great.
Agreed. All right, let me see. Noman saying nope, nobody plays Scorpion. Don't worry about it. IMO. Yeah, I agree. Nobody at all. Let me see.
Nobody likes
So
the
we might have
Rexes
Nyx
that we
versus
play.
Toreador. Let me see if Nyx wants to play.
Oh, I think he said that was going to be in 6 hours or something.
No, well, no, I asked him if he wanted to play now, and he said he's at work, but he could probably swing it. So let me see.
If so, I'd be happy to cast that right here.
Yeah, right.
now,
That'd be
just like
sick,
that.
right? That'd be another good game.
Well, that was the first unicorn game, I believe, of the entire Discord Cup. No unicorns had made it in previous.
Correct. Yep. This is the very first Discord Cup unicorn ever to be casted.
And unfortunately, it did end up not going so well for the unicorn. I have to say that when I see them, I'm sort of rooting for them, simply because I know they've been in such a tough spot. I really do hope that someone is going to come up with the secret techniques or whatever that makes the thing work out.
Well, we do have Joe versus Quindo, which is tomorrow, and Joe from Cincinnati is famous for losing in the top 64. So let's
Oh, brutal.
see. Notably losing to a Crane Phoenix player last cup and being very mad at himself about it. So we'll see if the tradition can carry on.
That is... Ooh.
Joe knows I love him. He's not even in chat right now to take it.
You know, we'll see what happens with that one. I'm still not sure, man. You know, I think Unicorn
All right,
is...
all right. So Nyx is down to play. Let me see if Toreador is good to play.
Noman says Joe loses specifically in the top 64, whereas Unicorn loses in general.
Come on, man.
Well, he is not wrong.
I mean, he's not
unfortunately.
wrong, but like, come on.
Look, I trust overall win rate stats for a lot of things. I'll just say that very directly. But I think that when the overall win rate is so bad with Unicorn, and when people are just abandoning the clan in mass, it really does say something not so good about where those guys stand.
I'm going to go ahead and end this stream and start uploading the video. I will post in the Discord channel if we get the second game. I'm just waiting for Toreador to respond. Nick says that he's ready to go, so I'll call you in like, I don't know, 5 minutes if that fires.
Sounds great.
All right, cool. Thanks guys for tuning in. We'll see you hopefully in like 10 minutes.